Have you ever wondered why you're not leveling up? Why other people seem to be passing you, making connections, and getting their ideas out there? This week on Motivation and Confidence, we're going to talk about 5 ways that you can level up. Stay tuned. All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. Back this week with a new episode. It seems like the weeks are starting to fly by really quickly, which is, I don't know. We can't say if it's a good or bad thing. Everybody's like, oh, 2020 needs to get out of here. But I think more than anything, we need to make the best of every day and every moment. That's how we're going to set the tone. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, and share. We are on all digital media platforms. If there is a guest or a topic that you would like to hear about, please email us, tommydanger@gmail.com, tommydanger.com. And before I forget, I'm not sure if I mentioned to you guys, but we have the Confidence in 7 Steps e-course now available. This is something exclusively that I'm doing for all my podcast listeners. So if you head over to my flow page, and it's the link in the bio, if you go to the flow page, you'll see you'll see Confidence in 7 Steps e-course. It's free. I'm going to leave it open for now. Hopefully you guys can check it out and give me some feedback. I'll leave it open for about a week or so, and then I'll close it down. Just something to help you guys. For those of you who still struggle with confidence and are looking for some tips on how you can improve your confidence, I condensed it into a really short video course, 7 steps. I don't know why I like the number 7, but it's 7 steps in confidence. And it should be really dope. But for this week, we are going to talk about leveling up. Or even better, why you have not leveled up. A couple things. And I'm focusing on my audience here, so I'm not going to speak in a broad sense. I'm talking to you. I'm talking directly to you. You are watching other people, and it looks as if they're living out their dreams. It looks as if they've started that business. It seems as if they have the perfect relationship. It seems as if they have somehow mastered themselves, when actually you could be doing the same thing. And it's a couple of reasons why you're not. And we're going to talk about those few things, okay? The first thing is, the reason why you're not leveling up is because you're not taking the time to know yourself. Stop setting your bar based on someone else's experience. All of our experiences are totally different. Do not look at Tom Danger and be like, oh, Tom did so-and-so. He can run 10 miles or he can run a half marathon. Yeah, I should be doing it. And I get that all the time. Some of you, I post things on Facebook and it's like, how did you run that many miles that fast? That has nothing to do with how fast I run. I've been running for a long time. It's all based on your effort and what you put into what you do in the amount of time that you get to learn yourself. Maybe you're not meant at this time to run really fast. But the point is, you're out there running. As long as you stay consistent and as long as you stay steady and stay at your own pace, you will learn what your speed is, what your pace is, and what you're good at. And there's various ways that you can get to know yourself. One of the ways that I like to mention to me, because it's pretty simple, is when you take the DISC assessment. And DISC assessment is a tool that's been around since the early 1900s by William Markson, the same guy that created the lie detector test. It is used by major corporations to help determine how you make decisions, how you interact with people, how you adapt to change, and how you are conscious and and dealing with precision and analytics. So it looks at those 4 categories, and it's basically something it takes about 10 minutes to complete. You can also check it out in my flow page in the bio if you want to do it with me, or you can go online, whatever it is. Like, I'm not self-promoted for just me. This is about you and you learning about yourself, right? That's one way. Another way is simply trial and error. Just try a whole bunch of different things. I would say talk to a whole bunch of different people, but I know a lot of you listening are the shy type of people, and you don't know how to go up to people and ask them questions and break the ice because you're pretty much an introvert, right? You like to stay to yourself. You don't really want to disrupt your flow. You like things nice and easy. You like the same type of pace and consistent. But this is one of the reasons why you're not leveling up, right? So we talk about the first thing and getting to know yourself. And getting to know yourself is just how you feel about certain things, how you respond to certain things. And you get that self-knowledge by spending time with yourself and going through different experiences to see how you react in those conditions, right? There may be some things that you're naturally good at, and there's other things that you're not so good at, but you can do, but it takes more effort. One of the simple exercises that I've used before in some of my sessions is write your name with your right hand, right? If you're right-handed, see how that feels. And then switch hands and write your name with your left hand and see how that feels. Now, most people can write their names with both hands. And whatever your dominant hand is the natural way, is the easy way. And whatever the opposite hand is, it is what we call the adaptive hand, where you can do it, but it takes a little bit more focus, right? And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about doing things where it takes a little bit more focus. And these are things that you can do to get to know yourself. Beyond that, you could also, spend time alone, right? When you say spend time alone, it's literally without distraction. So we're not even going to get into meditation. We're literally just saying if you go for a walk, or if you go for a jog or a bike ride, or a ride in your car by yourself, just spending that time alone by yourself to really process things, to see how you feel when you're not being interrupted. Because a lot of time we're so busy catering to other people that we don't even know what we like after a while, right? You're taking care of your kids, you're taking care of your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, everybody at your job, other people problems. And then when it comes time for someone to ask you, like, what do you like? You're like, wow, I really don't know what I like. I just do things because I do it, and I've been doing it this way. So really take some time to know yourself. Another very important way or reason why you're not leveling up is because you don't stay outside of your comfort zone. And this is a hard thing for anybody to do. And I know I say it like it's just so effortlessly, like it's easy, but it's not. And you have to take baby steps into it. Some hacks or tricks that you can use in getting out of your comfort zone. Like if you like to cook, try a recipe that you've never tried before. Try a particular food, like try to make a dish that you've never made before. Or read a type of book that is outside of what you normally read. Or listen to a genre of music that you don't really listen to. Or even better, have a conversation with a person that you have nothing in common with. You really want to rock the boat. Like, have a conversation with someone that you have nothing in common with and see what you can get out of that. So when people say get outside of your comfort zone, I know I've used the example of, taking an ice cold shower. That's really, really good. And it will put you outside of your comfort zone. But a lot of people can't handle that extreme. But you can take minor steps into getting outside of your comfort zone. And then over time, it's like a muscle. It develops itself. And as you get stronger with it, it becomes more natural to dip in between your comfort zone and what's outside of your comfort zone. But it takes some work. And this is another reason why you're not leveling up. So again, 1, get to know yourself. 2, get outside of your comfort zone. Okay? Now, here's another really, really cool trick that I picked up on recently. And it's more or less about reading people, right? And this is more or less once you get to know yourself. Once you get to know yourself, you can sort of, when you walk into a room, just stand back and watch the different personalities and see how people interact. See which people are the ones that seem to like dominate the conversations. See which people are the ones that are like sitting off in the corner like you, watching other people. See the people in the room who are like the social butterflies trying to make everybody happy and crack jokes and moving around. And then see the people who are actually helping the people who have like the really big mouth, and they're like helping them to gas them up and make them think that they're bigger than what they are. Like, learn how to read the room when you step into a room and take a few seconds to see what personality types are in there. And the reason why this is important is because once you learn yourself, then when you go into a room, you could sort of know how to interact with the different personalities, because you kind of want to be like a chameleon, right? You want to be able to very subtle, I want to say, not mimic, but adjust yourself to that person's personality. So like if you come into a room and you see a person that's like the big mouth, seem like they know it all, but you may know more than them, right? But when you step into that room, you actually go up to them and you ask them questions. You know why? Because the average person doesn't mind talking about themselves. And this is another hack to get you to get outside of your comfort zone, right? We're not saying go into the room and be the center of attention, because we know that you don't want to be the center of attention. That's not your role here. You want to level up. But in these rooms could be people that you could potentially network with to help you get to where you want to be, that can potentially have a network of people or have created a community of like-minded people that you could kick it with, bounce ideas off of, so that you can get your thing off the ground and running. But if you're still just sitting in the crib and you're watching everybody else do their thing, then you'll never know. So learn how to read the room, learn how to adjust your questioning based upon the personality type. Because on the flip side, like let's say if you talk to a person that's just like you, and you know how you are. So you're the type of person to where you like being around people sometime, but you don't like conflict, right? So when you don't like conflict, you basically want to ask the question and allow people to process things. So not every time when you talk to somebody, if you ask them a particular question, are they going to answer the question like right away? They're going to take a minute to think about it and then get back to you. In a simple way, a very, very simple way, in asking questions, like if you don't know anything at all, the most generic thing that you can talk about is actually two things, right? And this is the two things that everybody talk about, and it doesn't matter where you're from or what background you have. You can talk about the weather and you can talk about food. These are two things you can talk about. General conversation. Man, it's a beautiful day outside. Even though it sounds cheesy, it's just a simple icebreaker that you could use to somebody. Hey, it's nice. It's a beautiful day. Hey, where are you from? Oh, I'm from such and such. And at that point, you keep asking the questions. If you don't want to be the one that's talking. People are more concerned about themselves. We're self-serving, right? So we want to get something for ourselves, but you have to flip that and ask the question to the other. So what do you do? What are you into? Oh, how long have you been doing? Oh, that's very interesting. Tell me about that. How did you want to get into that? And you'll be surprised how people will be more than happy to share what they've learned. And all of these things that we're talking about, again, are things that you can do to level up. These are the reasons why you're not leveling up. Again, you're not getting to know yourself. You're not networking with people. You're not asking questions. And you're not reading the room. But once you've done these four things, after that, that's when you want to make an offer. Now you're at the point to where you can sort of say to a person, hey, I got some ideas about such and such. Would you mind if I bought you a cup of coffee and we talked about it? Or if I took you out for a drink or took you out to lunch, would you mind if I took you out and, I just bounced an idea off you? 9 times out of 10, what do you think they're going to say? Yes. Oh, like people, again, self-serving. Oh, free food, free drink. Yeah, sure. Why not? When I'm in town, if I'm not too busy, people will definitely share some of their time with you. And these are just really, really small things that can have a major impact to help you to level up. So I'm going to ask you, by the next episode of these 5 things, what are you going to do to make sure that you level up, right? And so we're talking about 7 days from now. I want to see it in the comments, right? I want you guys to come back and say, Tommy, this past week, I've taken time to know myself. I've taken time to learn about other people. I've had conversations with other people. I've learned how to, I really want you to break down, what did you do to step outside of your comfort zone, or what idea did you pitch to somebody by offering something to them, not just going up to a person asking them something, but by you offering them something. And then let's see how it goes. And then you'll really start to level up. This is Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.